Russia is assessing potential ways to provide aid to Cuba, with discussions underway at multiple levels. Ambassador to Havana, Viktor Koronelli, says communication is ongoing both directly and through diplomatic channels, as Moscow explores options and possibilities for assistance.
Something is happening. Of course, I would like more, but nevertheless, there are a number of projects that are really working. I have already mentioned Zurbashneft. In my opinion, this is the most successful joint project that is being implemented in Cuba today. There is, again, a well-known project of the reconstruction of the metallurgical plant Antiliano de Acero. There is a project that is at the final stage of the government of Moscow and the Cubans on the creation of a joint enterprise on the organization of taxi motor transport. I saw a car that says, 80 years of victory, Moskvichi. This is Moskvichi. This is not within the framework of a taxi park. This is Moskvichi. This was a gift from the Moscow government for social needs. There are other projects in the package on the table, and I think, God willing, that the air traffic will also improve. In April, we have planned in Russia to hold another meeting of the International Trade Commission on Trade, Economic and Scientific and Technical Cooperation.
Cuba's fuel tanks are running dry, and Moscow is stepping in. As Havana warns international airlines that jet fuel can no longer be guaranteed, Russia is preparing to send crude oil and refined fuel to the island in the near future as humanitarian aid, according to the Russian embassy in Cuba, cited by Izvestia. The crisis follows intensified U.S. measures aimed at choking off Venezuelan oil exports, Cuba's main energy lifeline. Shipments from Caracas have stalled since mid-December, triggering severe shortages. Airports are running out of jet fuel, transport networks are strained, and the island's energy security is under pressure. Izvestia reports Russia last supplied Cuba with oil in February 2025, delivering 100,000 metric tons. Now, with conditions worsening, Moscow appears ready to resume deliveries, framing the move as humanitarian assistance. The Kremlin stopped short of confirming shipment details, but acknowledged active discussions. "We are in close contact with our Cuban friends," spokesman Dmitry Peskov said, adding that Russia does not seek escalation with Washington. He noted that trade between Russia and the United States remains limited.
We wouldn't want any escalation, but on the other hand, we don't have much trade with the United States right now. We'd probably count on constructive dialogue and a solution to existing problems through dialogue.
Moscow has accused the U.S. of trying to suffocate Cuba's economy and pledged solidarity with Havana and Caracas. Russia also announced it would suspend flights to Cuba once Russian tourists depart, citing the deteriorating fuel situation. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova alleged that external forces are worsening the crisis to provoke public dissatisfaction. For Cuba, the emergency is immediate.
We suspect that actions by external forces seeking to aggravate the energy crisis in near Cuba, including the suspension of air connections to the island, are geared towards, among other things, provoking the dissatisfaction of the population and foreign citizens who experience inconveniences in this context.
For Russia and the United States, it may mark another geopolitical flashpoint, where oil becomes both lifeline and leverage.